All right, hey now, it's the Rob from 1061.
Rob, wait.
What?
This is post to post. We got to do something big, something out there.
What were you thinking?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Town Square Media and 1061 KISS FM proudly bring to you your podcast champions of the world. He's the R to the O to the B. I'm STEVE. We are your hosts with the most, bringing you everything wrestling related from post to post.
Now it's the Rob from 1061 KISS FM here with my tag team partner in podcasting.
Hey guys, it's me, Steve, web contributor to 1061 evansville.com.
Proving once again we are the best dressed podcast on the internet. We look absurd. But as a true tag team, I think that we should dress similar. The best tag teams did it. You mentioned something like, well done. They looked the same.
Yeah.
The Body Donnas looked the same. The Legion of Doom, they looked the same. We all look equally ridiculous.
You should just be happy that I'm here today because I had to get out of the Valerie burn unit yesterday.
I don't know what that means. You got burned?
By our good friend Jerry.
Oh man, the thread lit up yesterday after the podcast. That was our most intense thread yet.
Oh yeah, I got burnt.
Oh, it was all in good fun.
Oh yeah.
So how are you feeling after yesterday's podcast? Before we get into last night's show, do you still feel as if your review of the show was accurate?
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I feel a little dehumanized now, but I still feel my opinion's accurate.
And you're still sticking by that A- grade?
I am, yeah.
All right.
Regardless of Jerry's driving style, I'll still stick with that A-.
That meme was funny. Let's give him some credit for that.
I do, yeah. That's what I had to mention.
That was a great meme.
Yeah.
All right, so by the way, shout out to everyone who watches. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
Jerry watches every episode in State College, PA. And everyone, Michael, I know, is a watcher here. Travis, we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very much.
All right, Raw last night got off to a big start.
Yes, it did.
I think people wanted to see Seth Rollins, and that's what they got at the start of the show. My initial thought is, my God, not a moment too soon. I am glad Seth Rollins is back.
Yeah.
Your thoughts about this?
I'm definitely happy he's back. He definitely adds to the overall product.
It's a shame because the champion came out to approach Seth Rollins about their upcoming contest. And it's really a shame that they can't just trust their champion to have a promo and interact verbally with the challenger, but they showed that you just can't. Like, you just can't put a microphone in Roman's hand. He could be the champion, but he can't talk. He just can't do it. He's proven it time and time again. He can't do it. Thankfully, they're learning that he can't talk, and I hope they take the belt off him as soon as possible and never look back. The guy can't even cut a promo.
I don't think it'll be taken off as soon as you would like. I think this Seth Rollins feud is going to last a little while if he's even the one to take it off of him. My issue is them trying to turn or keep Seth Rollins heel.
That was going to be my next
point. The crowd cheered him.
Okay. Yes, they did, but there's still that return excitement wave that they're riding. With some heel work, I think he could return to be a heel. The problem is they're both in this weird spot where they want Roman to be a face, but he's not. And they want Seth to be a heel, but he's not. Yeah. So this is leading to some awkward interactions, I feel like. Yes. And it needs to be settled. I just want the belt off Roman so quickly. I do think you might be onto something when you say it might not happen as soon as Money in the Bank. But I'm hoping by the end of the summer that they take the belt off Roman. And the other half is they don't look back. This was such a failed experiment. They cannot go back to this.
Oh, they will.
You could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but they just should not. This was such a mistake. I just feel like this was such a failed attempt at manufacturing a champion.
Yeah.
After the promos with Seth, they had a bunch of advertised matches for the show.
Yeah.
And when I was going through it, I was like, oh my gosh, every match looks great tonight.
Yes, it does.
So the writing, I thought, on the show was actually pretty solid as far as the booking of the matches goes.
Yeah.
They didn't all wind up being classics, but going into it, that was a card that got me excited last night. So that was cool. Some other thoughts I had, let's see. I thought that Chris Jericho looked like the guy from Sin City, when he had all those bandages on his back,
Yes.
didn't he?
He did.
I thought that was a nice touch to remind people about what he went through last night, and I've never seen anything like that, looking quite as ridiculous with the bandages last night, so a nice touch. And that's what I like about Jericho. He doesn't do that kind of goofy stuff here lately. He's been doing it with Ambrose, but for the most part, he hasn't been that goofy character that I like and kind of miss from his WCW days. I've been enjoying the goofy stuff like that.
Yeah, I just wish last night his actions would have matched his appearance. Because although he was all bandaged up, he didn't really act like he had just went through a cage match.
That's a good point, and I wish that... I love Apollo Crews, and I feel like he'd have a good place in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Jericho could too. I wish that Crews wouldn't have been... I wish that Crews would not have lost last night.
Yeah.
Maybe Jericho wasn't the right opponent for him, but Crews should be in that match. Crews needs something going on with him because he's worthy. Crews has all the tools. He's got that little goofy grin that I think is a little annoying, but his athletic ability, my God. And I think that if the crowd gets an opportunity to, they really want to latch onto him.
Yeah, I think he just needs to get serious. I mean, he's got to lose the smile and get serious, however that may be.
I think that at this point in the game, it's not something he's doing. It's just the apprehension of the management. Yeah. I think a loss to Jericho is not the right time for this right now. I think maybe even not having him on the show last night would have been better than him losing to Jericho.
Yeah.
I don't always feel that way. Sometimes I think a loss can be a win for a career. Oftentimes it is. And, being exposed is the most important thing. Like, I don't think he's been on the show for a few weeks, and it's good that he's on there, but he didn't need that loss to Jericho last night.
Yeah, Jericho's got to start coming up off that spot more often. I mean, it helped them young guys elevate.
I don't know, because I was talking to, it was Michael about this. I don't know that it's Jericho refusing to do the jobs. I bet you management told Jericho to win last night. I don't think that was Jericho waving his power around. I think that's the way they booked the match last night, personally.
It could be.
I don't know. I don't know for sure. Young and Backlund. Okay, a few things about this. This is ridiculous, I agree, but ridiculous can be okay with wrestling. Some problems that are barring me from jumping on board with this are, first of all, their acting is incredibly stiff. Both of them are not doing a good job convincing me that this is a real gimmick. So there is that. And the second thing is, when you really step back and think about how absurd this is, that Backlund is Darren Young's life coach, and they're not even in the same room. Like, are they live by a satellite? What is the thought process here? Backlund needs to be in the building with Darren Young if they're going to be doing this. This is just becoming crazy. Like, imagine if you wanted to see your primary care physician, but it was always via Skype. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I just don't like that Bob Backlund's not actually there.
They may not let Backlund leave the mental hospital.
that could be the case. So I could be on board with this, but I'm not yet. Yeah. Darren Young is, even in the world of wrestling, not a good actor.
No.
And Bob Backlund has not improved any since the last time we've seen him. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I think he makes him even worse than he already is.
Okay, so we agree there. I think that the other highlight of the show, besides seeing Seth Rollins, was the return of Enzo. Even though it's only been 3 weeks, he's been sorely missed. Yeah. The reception was so warm. He was over the top. He was in grand fashion last night. It was so good to see him. They're going to pick up right where they left off.
Yeah, you could genuinely tell his excitement to be back. I mean, he wouldn't shut up,
and that's
which is a good thing.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Like with some people's jobs, and even in wrestling, there's some people who you don't get the impression they love what they do.
Yeah.
Enzo is happy to be there, and I agree with you. That was refreshing to see.
Yeah.
A thing I did not like. Now, I thought that AJ and Owens had a good match. I did not like what led up to the match. I didn't like the stuff with the club. It wasn't their execution, I guess. I don't feel like in real life AJ Styles would have told the club to professionally distance themselves.
Yeah, I don't think there should have been that flat line. It should have kind of faded out, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, it should have faded instead of flatlining. And I don't know what their intentions are with the club. People keep assuming Finn Balor's going to be injected into this, and we really have no concrete indication that he will. It's always just kind of been rumored.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen or not. Crap or get off of the pot with this.
Exactly.
You know. But this could all be part of a bigger angle, maybe leading to a Balor and AJ feud. I don't know. People keep throwing Balor's name around with this as if his birthright is to be a part of this.
Yeah.
There's no indication really that he's going to be yet. There's just been rumored. So there's that. And that's what I have from the show last night. Did you have anything?
What about the Ric Flair segment?
Oh yeah.
You have any thoughts about that? I was kind of curious, based on Ric Flair's reaction, if he knew what was going to happen prior to that. Because I know they have a way of keeping him in the dark about storylines.
If they did that, it was a smart thing because the highlight of it was his reaction.
Yeah.
Charlotte didn't do a bad job. I just thought it was a little hokey.
Yes.
And in the same way as AJ Styles wouldn't distance himself from the club, it didn't make sense that Charlotte would distance herself from her father. I just didn't think it made sense. And they tried to make it make sense, and it still didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And so I liked Rick. I didn't like Charlotte, I guess, if I could sum it up.
Yeah, if Rick was acting, he was doing the best acting job of the night.
Yeah, no, when you have real tears like that, it's very believable. I agree with you. And you know what? There's one thing I've been meaning to mention for several weeks, and I meant to mention it yesterday, and I meant to mention it when you were gone with Gavin, and I meant to mention it the week before after the Raw review. There is something going on that's annoying me. And I'm not positive who to blame for this. Maybe you've noticed it, maybe you haven't. Now, there's an old television, I won't call it a trick, but I'll call it a tool or a method, of sometimes during big impact moves, the camera will quickly zoom in and zoom out.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We've seen this for years, and that I'm okay with that. I know that's a delivery method tool for wrestling. That's not going to change. You can see it in the chair shots from AJ Styles on Roman Reigns at the pay-per-view. And you could see it on Raw, whatever week you were out, that was happening big time with big chair shots. They're zooming in and zooming out to a dizzying degree.
Yeah.
This is absurd. I don't know if it's the cameraman's fault or if it's maybe he's been instructed to zoom in more. They're doing it not too often, but the zoom is too great, right?
Yeah, I mean,
have you noticed this?
Yeah, and it's like in and out and in
it's
and
too
out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's too far.
Yeah.
It's like getting me nauseous.
Yes.
I don't know why they're doing it so intensely now, but cool it, please. I don't know if it's the camera guy or if it's the producer.
It's got to be the producer because the camera guys are professional, so hopefully they're not zooming in and out.
But maybe there's like a new camera guy. We wouldn't know if there was a new camera guy who's like, oh, I'm going to zoom in and make it look so cool, and if I do zoom in hard, it's going to make it look like it hurt more. Whoever is doing this, please, I'm begging you, it's too much. It's not too often, it's just too intense.
Yes.
Chill with the zoom,
Yes,
please. So I guess I can speak for both of us when I say that is bothering the both of us.
Yes,
Have you noticed that? Let us know. 888 or don't call the studio, but leave us a comment under our videos or make more memes. We love the interaction with last night's video. So we're gonna sign off unless there's anything I missed, Steve.
I think we've covered it.
I think we got it done. For myself, the Rob, and my literal tag team partner, Steve.
Viva la raza!